بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين صلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني من نور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Alhamdulillah, we have tawfiq to continue our study of Kitab al-Sabr wa Shukr, Mahajjatul Bayda, Volume 7, page 176. As you remember, the title for this section was الركن الثاني من أركان الشكر ما عليه الشكر وهو النعمة. The second pillar of gratitude is that thing for which we have to be grateful, which is the ni'mah, the bounties, the blessings. And we started with حقيقة النعمة, بيان حقيقة النعمة وأقسامها. What is ni'mah and what are different classifications for ni'mah. We had already some important discussions. One important discussion was that an ni'mah cannot be applied to something which just now gives us ladhdha, pleasure, but it would lead to pain and problems, or something which is all the time bringing pain. It should be something which is always bringing pleasure, or if temporarily it is causing pain, in the long term it's causing pleasure, like some kind of treatment that maybe for the time being it's painful, but you would have health for a long time. But if it's opposite, it gives you instant pleasure, but you are going to suffer for a long time, like poisoned honey, it is not ladhdha, it is not a ni'mah. Or if it is always problematic, it's not ni'mah. This was one point. The other point which we mentioned was that there are things that are pure, in the sense that they are free from problems. There are things which are only bad, but there are things which are mixed. And we said that it has to be either pure, or at least it should be so good that would overweigh the negative side. So now we want to continue from Al-Qisma Al-Thalitha, the third division or classification. Things which are considered by people to be good, Khayrat, are sometimes good by themselves, because they have some good effects by themselves. These are the things that we call, they are mu'athir ladhatihi. Okay, they are good by themselves. There are things which are good not because of themselves, because they lead to something good. Mu'athirun ghayrihi. And sometimes it can be both. Okay, so these are different types. What is mu'athirun lidhatihi? What is good by itself and in its own essence, not because only they have something to serve, not they lead to something good. They are by themselves good. He says, like looking at the face of God. النظر إلى وجه الله تعالى. If someone is able to be near Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and have encounter with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not, of course, physical encounter, but it's more powerful than physical encounter. If you can have that type of experience, you don't want it for something else. That is something that by itself is significant and joyful, and you are ready to give everything in order to have it again, if we experience it. Or the pleasure and happiness of meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or akhirah. If you go to heaven, inshallah, you don't want it for something else. You are going to be there forever, and that is useful and good by itself. So, اعلم أن الخيرات باعتبار آخر تنقسم. No, be informed that good things in another consideration, because you can divide something in different ways based on what is the point that you consider. For example, human beings according to their religion, according to their age, according to their gender, you can classify them. باعتبار آخر, خيرات باعتبار آخر, other than the previous two, تنقسم إلى ما هو مؤثر لذاته لا لغيره. Something which is influential, which is effective, which has positive result for us, لذاته لا لغيره, because of itself, by itself, not because of something other than it. وَإِلَى مُؤَثِّرٍ لِغَيْرِهِ. The second thing is something which has effects, but the effects are through another thing. وَإِلَى مُؤَثِّرٍ لِذَاتِهِ وَلِغَيْرِهِ. Something which is good by itself and also for something else. Inshallah, we'll explain each, but just to have an idea, the first one, mu'athirun lidhatih, is about pleasure of liqa'ullah, looking at the face of God. What is mu'athirun lighayrih? Like money, gold and silver, they have no benefit by themselves. It's because they help us to gain what we want. We have interest in them. Otherwise, if, for example, no one was going to buy from you gold, it didn't have a specific value. It would be like any other metal. And the third, mu'athirun lidhatihi wa lighayrihi, inshallah we'll talk about it, is like health. Sihhatul jism. If you are healthy, it's good by itself, and it also helps you with other things. For example, if your legs are healthy, then you can walk, you can move. So it helps you to do other things, but also by itself is good. So there are three types of khayrat. فَالْأَوَّلُ مَا يُؤَثِّرُ لِذَاتِهِ لَا لِغَيْرِهِ. The first one is the one which is influential, which has effects لذاته, because of itself. كَلَذَّةِ النَّظَرِ إِلَى وَجْهِ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى وَالسَّعَادَةِ لِقَائِهِ. Like the pleasure that you get, Salaam alaikum tullah, by looking at the face of God, Wajhullah, which is a concept that we have in Islam and also in Judaism and Christianity. وَالسَّعَادَةِ لِقَائِهِ, and the pleasure or happiness of meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In other places, I have explained what is the meaning of Wajhullah, what is the meaning of Liqa'ullah. If I enter to that discussion, it takes time. وَبِالْجُمْلَةِ سَعَادَةُ الْآخِرَةِ الَّتِي لَا انْقِضَاءَ لَهَا. You can put together نَظَرُ إِلَى وَجْهِ اللَّهِ وَاللِّقَاء. You can say happiness in the hereafter, which is not going to expire. فإنها لا تطلب ليتوصل بها إلى غاية أخرى. Sa'ada in the hereafter is eternal. It's not going to expire. So you are not trying to get something after that. By having that sa'ada, you don't want to achieve something else. فإنها لا تطلب. That sa'ada for akhirah is not wanted ليتوصل, so that you can reach. This is with sad, not sin. So that you can reach غاية أخرى, another end, which is wanted beyond this. There is nothing beyond this. بل تطلب لذاتها. You want it for itself. It's wanted for itself. So this is the first type. الثاني ما يقصد لغيره ولا غرض أصلا في ذاته. The second is what is wanted for other things, and we don't have any reason to seek or search for it as such. كالدرهم والدنانير, silver coin or golden coin. You cannot eat them, you cannot drink them, you cannot use them as medicine. But why we have interest in them? Because we can sell them and quickly get what we want. You can cash it and buy food, buy medicine, buy car, whatever. So because of something else that we can do with this, we have interest in them. Yeah? فإن الحاجات لو كانت لا تنقضي بها. Had it not been that your hajat could be met with these things, you had no interest in them. لكانت هي والحصى بمثابة واحدة. They would be the same as small stones, like sands. If you could not do anything with them, you could just use them as a metal. ولكن لما كانت وسيلة إلى اللذات, but because they are means to reach pleasure, سريعة الإيصال إليها, and they can also quickly, because maybe you have something that not everyone has interest to buy. For example, you have knowledge. Some people don't give money for knowledge. Say, I can teach you. Say, no. If you say, no, please give me this medicine, I can teach you. Then you say, no. But as soon as you say gold, people give you medicine, people give you knowledge or everything. Unless they are very special that they say, no, I don't give you knowledge. You have to be humble. So, إن الحاجات لو كانت لا تنقضي بها. Had it not been that the request could be met with these golden coin and silver coins, they would have become like sands. ولكن لما كانت وسيلة إلى اللذات سريعة الإيصال إليها صارت عند الجهال محبوبة في نفسها. But because they are means that quickly you can reach what you want, ignorant people, which are not far from here, it can include 19% of people maybe or more, they think that these are by themselves good. They become mahbubatan fi nafsaha. People love them like, independently. They think they are by themselves valuable. حتى يجمعوها They just love to put them together. Even sometimes they don't want to use them. The whole point in having money is to use it for yourself and other people, yeah? But if you want just to put them together, وَيَكْنِزُوهَا, to accumulate it. You remember we had discussion about Ayatul Kans before. وَيَتَصَارَفُوا عَلَيْهَا بِالرِّبَى, even they are happy to exchange it with usury. Give and then take more. وَيَظُنُّونَ أَنَّهَا مَقْصُودَةٌ, and they think these are by themselves wanted. Then he has a good example. He says, this is like what? Like a person that you love and sends his messenger, Rasul. He sends a messenger to take you to him. Over years, you become so used to this messenger, this person, that you forget the one who has sent this. The whole idea was that he takes you to meet your beloved, but then you forgot the beloved. So sometimes wasila by itself becomes the end. So money was supposed to be wasila to take us to our hajat, do good things for ourselves, other people. But then we become so obsessed with it that we forget the beloved or the real hajat, the real things that we want. مثال هؤلاء مثال من يحب شخصا, like the one who loves a person, فيحب بسببه رسوله, because he loves that person, he loves his messenger or apostle, الذي يجمع بينه وبينه, because he is the one that can put him together with the beloved. ثم ينسى في محبة الرسول محبة الأصل. Then by loving this person who is sent to take him to the beloved, by loving him he forgets the origin, the asl, the root, which is the beloved. فَيُعْرِضُ عَنْهُ طُولَ عُمْرِهِ, then all his life he would be turning away from the root, from the asl. وَلَا يَزَالُ مَشْغُولًا بِتَعَهُدِ الرَّسُولِ وَمُرَاعَاتِهِ وَتَفَقُّدِهِ, and he keeps looking after this Rasul, meeting him, talking him, feeding him, visiting him, taking him everywhere. But the whole purpose was this has come to take you to the beloved. This can happen in many, many ways. Money is one example. Even knowledge can be like this. Why we learn, why we go to Hose? To learn so that we go towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then sometimes we start enjoying learning and teaching and we forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It can happen also in other cases. وَهُوَ غَايَةُ الْجَهْلِ وَالضَّلَالِ, this is maximum of ignorance, that you forget the beloved and you just focus on the means that was supposed to take you to him. The third type is ما يقصد لذاته ولغيره. So the first was يقصد لذاته, the second was يقصد لغيره, the third is يقصد لذاته ولغيره. The example was what? Health. ما يقصد لذاته ولغيره كالصحة والسلامة. Health is good by itself, and also it's good because then you can do many things if you are healthy. فإنها تقصد ليقدر بسببها على الفكر والذكر الموصلين إلى لقاء الله. Health is wanted because with health you can have power to do fikr and dhikr. Remember we had in the past, we need fikr and dhikr, thinking and contemplation and remembrance. If you have health, you can do fikr and dhikr, and then fikr and dhikr can take you to liqa'ullah, which is wanted by itself. أو ليتوصل بها إلى استيفاء لذات الدنيا. Or some people want health again for something else, but maybe instead of liqa'ullah they want health because they want to enjoy in dunya. So health for them is a means to something from dunya. For some people is a means to liqa'ullah and akhirah. So this is health for لغيره. Okay? ليتوصل بها إلى استيفاء, to take, to receive لذات الدنيا. Okay? You know, if for example you are healthy, you can travel and enjoy yourself. You can walk, you can eat everything that you like, you can drink, you enjoy the taste of food, you can see things. But if you are deprived from health, it can block some pleasures. But وَتُقْصَدُ أَيْضًا لِلذَّاتِ. In addition to wanting health for other things, also health can be wanted for itself. فَإِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ وَإِنِ اسْتَغْنَى عَنِ الشَّيْءِ الَّذِي تُرَادُ سَلَامَةُ الرِّجْلِ لأجله فيريد أيضا سلامة الرجل من حيث إنها سلامة. For example, you want health of your legs. Sometimes you want the health of your legs because you want to go somewhere. For example, you need to buy book. Because you want book, you want health of rajl. But in addition to that, just health of legs by itself is something that we have interest, because we don't want to have pain or whatever. Maybe you don't want to do anything, but you enjoy your health. Okay? So, innal insan, truly human being, even if he's istaghna an shay, free from need of what he wants, health of legs for it. Suppose you don't want to go anywhere now. You don't want to go and buy something. Still, you want salamat al-rajm min haythu innaha salam. You want your legs to be healthy. Okay. Now, after talking about these three types, al-mu'athiru lidhatih, al-mu'athiru lighayrih, al-mu'athiru lidhatihi wa lighayrih. Okay? Otherwise, if it is not doing anything for itself or for other things, we don't have any interest. Now, which of these can be called the ni'mah? On the top, al-mu'athiru lidhatih. What is beneficial by itself, we want it for itself, like liqa'ullah and nadaru ila wajhillah. Second, something which is mu'athir lidhatihi wa lighayrihi, something which is good by itself but also serves other purposes, like salamat. This is also good. But if it is al-mu'athiru lighayrihi faqat, then this substantially, essentially is not ni'mah. It depends on that thing that you want to achieve. Otherwise, this by itself is not ni'mah. Okay, so these are important concepts that if we can absorb, that real things, those things that have really value, and we should be interested in having them and looking for them, are the things that are valuable in themselves. Okay? So, please look at this. فَإِذَنْ الْمُؤَثِّرُ لِذَاتِهِ فَقَطْ, the one which is influential and it is because of itself, wanted because of itself, هُوَ الْخَيْرُ وَالنِّعْمَةُ تَحْقِيقًا. This is good, this is blessing. تَحْقِيقًا means based on truth, truthfully. You can verify this. وَمَا يُؤَثِّرُ لِذَاتِهِ وَلِغَيْرِهِ, like health. This is also good also. Health is also good. لكن دون الأول. This is lower than the first one. Okay? فَأَمَّا مَا لَا يُؤَثِّرُ إِلَّا لِغَيْرِهِ, but the one which has no benefit except as means or instrument, like money, dinar and dirham. كَالنَّقْدَيْن, naqdain means dirham and dinar, two cash thing. فَلَا يُوصَفَانِ فِي أَنفُسِهِمَا مِنْ حَيْثُ هُمَا جَوْهَرَانِ بِأَنَّهُمَا نِعْمَةٌ. They are not described in themselves as two substances, as two objects. They are not called ni'mah. So dinar and dirham as such are not ni'mah. بَلْ مِنْ حَيْثُ هُمَا وَسِيلَتَانِ, but because they are means and instruments. فَيَكُونَانِ نِعْمَةً, then they become ni'mah for whom? For the one that uses them for good purpose. If you don't use them or use them for bad purpose, it's not ni'mah. فَيَكُونَانِ نِعْمَةً فِي حَقِّ مَنْ يَقْصِدُ أَمْرًا لَيْسَ يُمْكِنُهُ أَنْ يُتَوَسَّلَ إِلَيْهِ إِلَّا بِهِمَا. These become good for someone that through this want something that cannot be achieved without this, because if you can get it without this, that becomes useless. So you want something that cannot be achieved without this, and that thing is a good thing. Not that you want to do a crime with them. So if you just collect them and put them together, it's not ni'mah. If you use them for bad reasons, it's not ni'mah. But if you use them in something that you need this for, and that thing is good, then this becomes ni'mah, but by association. Yeah? فَلَوْ كَانَ مَقْصَدُهُ الْعِلْمُ وَالْعِبَادَةُ, if his purpose is knowledge, he wants money because he wants to buy books, he wants to pay fees, he wants to travel to learn, he wants to, meet his other needs so that he can concentrate on his study. Or ibadah, he wants to serve, he wants to worship, he wants to do good things for the sake of Allah. وَمَعَهُ الْكِفَايَةِ الَّتِي هِيَ ضَرُورَةُ حَيَاتِهِ, but he has enough. So he has good reason, which is ilm and ibadah, but suppose he has enough. Or someone says, I pay your cost. Then for him, gold and stone becomes the same. Yeah? I told you once, some students of Allama Tabatabai suggested to him that we buy a house for you. And he said, I want a house to live, doesn't matter whether it's owned by me or not. So that's enough for me. وَمَعَهُ الْكِفَايَةَ الَّتِي هِيَ ضَرُورَةُ حَيَاتِهِ. He has enough, which is the necessity of his life. استوى عنده الذهب والمدار. If he has enough and he has interest in money just because of ilm and ibadah, then if he has enough, then gold and stone become the same. Or madar means clay. Gold and clay become the same. وَكَانَ وُجُودُهُمَا وَعَدَمُهُمَا عِنْدَهُ بِمَثَابَةٍ وَاحِدَةٍ. For them, having gold or clay is the same. Indeed, maybe he prefers not to have gold, because then it's a headache. If I have enough, why I should have gold? بَلْ رُبَمَا يَشْغَلُهُ وُجُودُهُمَا عَنِ الْفِكْرِ وَالْعِبَادَةِ. Sometimes having this gold and silver can stop him, preoccupies him and stop him from ibadah and tafakkur. فَيَكُونَانِ بَلَاءً فِي حَقِّهِ وَلَا يَكُونَانِ نِعْمَةً. They become bala, calamity, not ni'mah. Okay? So, you cannot look at objects and immediately say, because they are good or this is what people want, it is ni'mah. It depends. Is it something that is always wanted for itself or not? And if it is wanted for itself, is it wanted for good reason or not? If it is like ilm, like ibadah, like liqa'ullah, it is always ni'mah. But if it is wanted for something bad, then it's not ni'mah. Or if it is just wanted for itself while it has no value in itself, it has become an end while it shouldn't be your end, then that's not ni'mah. Another classification. This is the fourth way of classifying ni'mah. Yes.
Adam, we've heard is also no. And you said it also means clay. Adam. You said Adam means
Madar.
Adam.
Madar. Madar, yeah. Like hajar. You say hajar or madar. Fourth classification. Khayrat, good things, means good things in the first, consideration. Sometimes are divided in this way. Nafi', jamil, ladhidh. Nafi' means beneficial. Beneficial is always indicating that it has a good result or effect for future. Nafi' is for ma'al, something that is for future. Ladhidh is the one that gives you some comfort and pleasure now. Ladhidh means you are enjoying. Jamil, beautiful, is something which is considered to be good and nice in all circumstances, or at least from now on. So he says, اعلم أن الخيرات باعتبار آخر. Good things in another consideration are divided into نافع وجميل واللذيذ. فاللذيذ, we start from the last one. اللذيذ, ladhidh means or pleasing. Yes? Something which is pleasing, gives you pleasure. هو الذي تدرك راحته في الحال. Something that its comfort, its pleasure is understood right now. when something is laziz, the same moment that you taste it or eat it or you have it, you have pleasure.
No, but why do we say food is laziz? Because although it's giving taste right now, it has good benefits for the future as well.
No. Laziz doesn't mean that it has good effect. Sometimes something is laziz, like junk food. It's very laziz. Some drinks, they are laziz. Even child wants to drink them, but they are full of sugar and chemicals. And so laziz doesn't mean it's good. Yes.
What's the difference between laziz and jamil?
Jamil has beauty. Beauty is different from pleasure.
Beauty gives pleasure.
Not vice versa. Yes, beauty gives you one kind of pleasure, but it's not that everything that gives pleasure is beautiful. For example, these people who use drugs, it's not beautiful, but gives them ladhdha. Yes? Yes, but cigarettes sometimes look beautiful. And this is why some people put, make collections,
Like to stick it like here.
Yes, especially some young people, love to. وَالنَّافِعُ. So, الَّذِيذ هُوَ الَّذِي تُدْرَكُ رَاحَتُهُ فِي الْحَالِ. Its comfort and pleasure is understood, perceived. إدراك means perception. في الحال. Right now. النافع هو الذي يفيد في المآل. It's beneficial, means it's good for future. والجميل هو الذي يستحسن في سائر الأحوال. Means something which is considered to be beautiful in all conditions. Yes.
Does not give pleasure now as well as future benefits?
No, then we say maybe sometimes something is nafi' but laziz, and sometimes it's nafi' not laziz. For example, you take a bitter syrup for coughing. It is nafi' but not laziz. Yes? Ashurur, not sharur. Shurur. Sharur is the one who is vicious, but shurur is plural for shar. Yes? Khayrat, shurur. الشرور أيضا تنقسم إلى ضار وقبيح ومؤلم. We say sometimes بعد تخفيف الحمزة مؤلم, but it is initially مؤلم. ألم مؤلم يؤلمني. ضار is harmful, opposite to نافع, like poison. It's harmful. qabih is ugly. Mu'lam means painful or causes pain. It's painful. So we have three types of good things, three types of bad things. وَكُلُّ وَاحِدٍ مِنَ الْقِسْمَيْنِ. And each of these two, Khayrat and shurur, dharban are two types. Mutlaq wa Muqayyad. Mutlaq means absolute. Muqayyad means conditional or limited. المطلق هو الذي اجتمع فيه الأوصاف الثلاثة. غير مطلق. What is غير مطلق? Something which is nafi' and jamil and laziz. Okay? شر مطلق is something which is dhār and is qabih and mu'lim. Then we have muqayyad, means some of them are there, some not. For example, it can be jamil but harmful.
What was the term you used to divide, classify it into two?
Mutlaq and muqayyad. Dharban. Dhar means no. فالمطلق هو الذي اجتمع فيه الأوصاف الثلاثة. Okay? So, الخير المطلق الشر المطلق. Okay? What is الخير المطلق? إما في الخير فكالعلم والحكمة. Knowledge and wisdom is خير مطلق. Okay? خير مطلق. Why? Because it is nafi', it is jamila, it is also ladhidh. In the ahl al-ilm wal hikmah, of course, in the eyes of the people of knowledge and wisdom. Yes? The people who have not tasted the pleasure of ilm and hikmah, maybe for them it's not very attractive. But the reality is that it is beneficial. This is, I think, easier to understand, that it is beneficial. But it's giving pleasure. And it is also beautiful. They say sometimes either Khaji Tusi or Sheikh Tusi. Maybe it was Khaji Tusi or Sheikh Tusi. I am, because in Ada al Muta'allamin says Muhammad ibn al-Hasan. So maybe it means Sheikh Tusi. So one of these scholars, they say he used to study hard, day and night. And he used to have different books and notes. For example, he was studying fiqh. Then when he was tired, he was changing the subject, studying usul. If he becomes tired, then he studies philosophy. So he kept studying. And sometimes when in the middle of night he was able to understand something, find a solution, a kind of new explanation, his questions were answered, he used to go out and say, أين الملوك وأبناء الملوك من هذه اللذة? Where are the kings and princes to experience this pleasure? That you have understood something new. Sometimes they say Ayatollah Burujadi rahmatullah, when he was in Burujad, when he was young, he was studying so many hours constantly that he was not eating anything. And many ulama were like this. Sometimes ulama get pain in their stomach because they just study and study. So when we went to home, someone gave me this advice that be careful, because you may enjoy your study, you don't want to spend your time on making food. So we have to be careful. So there is a great pleasure. You don't want to replace it with anything. And also it's beneficial and it's beautiful. وَإِمَّا فِي الشَّرِّ. Also there can be these three things together in the negative side. Sharr mutlaq means it is dhār, it's qabih, it's mu'lim. Mu'lim is painful. Kal jahl, ignorance has all the three problems. فَإِنَّهُ ضَارٌ, it's harmful. وَقَبِيحٌ, to the extent that no one likes to be called jahil. No one is happy to be called jahil. وَمُؤْلِمٌ, it's painful. When you don't know and you are not able to understand, you are not able to make decisions properly. وإنما يحس الجاهل بألم جهله إذا عرف أنه جاهل. Jahil, unfortunately, may not understand the pain of ignorance. He would understand the pain when he realizes he is jahil. For example, when he meets ulama, or when they ask him something he doesn't understand. Then when he realizes, he starts feeling the pain. وَذَلِكَ بِأَنْ يَرَى غَيْرَهُ عَالِمًا وَيَرَى نَفْسَهُ جَاهِلًا. When he meets an alim, he finds someone is alim, I am jahil. فَيُدْرِكُ أَلَمًا نَقْص. Then he starts understanding the pain of lacking knowledge, naqs. فَتَنْبَعِثُ مِنْهُ شَهْوَةُ الْعِلْمِ. Now he sees there is alim, I am jahil. There is someone who has studied in Hawza, I have not studied in Hawza. So he starts feeling the pain. Then he would develop appetite for ilm. Because he wants to get rid of this pain, he wants to have the ladhdha of ilm. But then, ثُمَّ قَدْ يَمْنَعُهُ الْحَسَدُ وَالْكِبْرُ وَالشَّهَوَاتُ اللَّذِيذَةُ عَنِ التَّعَلُّمِ. So he wants to learn to get rid of the pain of ignorance, but then there are obstacles. In this age I go and learn. Or who are these people that I sit next to them? Or who are these, among people, kibr doesn't let him. Or hasad, jealousy. Or, he said, instead of going and learn, every hour I can make this much money, or I, sit home and watch TV, these lazat stop him from this. فَيَتَجَاذَبُهُ مُتَضَادًا. Then two opposite powers want to take him. On the one hand, he wants to go for knowledge. On the other hand, there are things that want to attract him, like hasad and kibr, and to be relaxed, to be enjoying yourself in other ways. فَيَعْظُمُ أَلَمُهُ. Then his pain becomes more. So first he had the pain of jahl, now he has pain of other things, he's in between. فَإِنَّهُ إِن تَرَكَ التَّعَلُّمِ تَعَلَّمَ بِالْجَهْلِ. If he doesn't go for learning, he would have pain of ignorance and understanding his deficiency. وَإِنْ اشْتَغَلَ بِالتَّعَلُّمِ. And if he says, okay, I want to study, he starts learning. تَعَلَّمَ بِتَرْكِ الشَّهَوَاتِ. He is feeling the pain that I am not enjoying myself as I used to enjoy by doing other things. أو بترك الكبر وذل التعلم. He feels bad that I am now somehow to humble myself to come and learn. That's, if you are not humble, it's difficult for you to come and learn. Especially if you have some age, if you have some success in other areas of life, if you have some, degrees. Why I should go and learn? So there are two pressures on him. وَمِثْلُ هَذَا الشَّخْص لَا يَزَالْ فِي عَذَابٍ دَائِرٍ. Such people are always in pain. It's a constant torture or punishment because they don't have one clear mindset. If you are, a person who is after dunya or after akhirah, in a sense it's easier. But if you want to have them both, it's very difficult. I'm not saying go after dunya only, but because if you are after dunya and you remain jahil, it's okay. But if you don't remain jahil, your pain starts. وَالضَّرْبُ الثَّانِي مُقَيَّدٌ. The second type is Muqayyad, means all three are not together. So maybe because we approach time of Salat, inshallah we continue next week. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.